So what can leaders do to try to protect their teams? For more, we're joined by Arash Arabi from Sprint Agile. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. We are coming to you from Ballarat, of course. We talk about resilience and the uncertain times that leaders are going through at the moment. Just give us an idea about how important emotional intelligence has been for leaders during COVID.
Absolutely. Emotional intelligence, the way I define emotional intelligence is our ability to understand our own emotions and the emotions of others, and our ability to manage our own emotions and the emotions of others, like influence the emotions of others. And in difficult times when we are under stress or anxiety, it's really hard to make creative decisions and great decisions that are going to save us from those difficult times and help us thrive in those difficult times. So I think it's super important for leaders to have emotional intelligence, to be able to take care of their own emotions and also influence the emotions of others for the better.
Yeah, very much so. It's obviously pretty important, but very hard to do when, as a leader, it's a very emotional time. You don't know what's going to be happening to your business. The past 6 months have been, for many business owners I've spoken to, the worst time of their lives. That uncertainty and the idea of trying to focus on other people, even though they should, even though they must, while also focusing on themselves. Is it a bit like when you're about to take off on a plane and they say, fit your own oxygen mask before you fit that of the people around you? Or is emotional intelligence something that you need to be doing for everybody at the same time?
So learning the skill is like you're mentioning. Basically, if you are in a stressful and anxious situation, it would be really difficult to empathize with others and be able to connect with them so you could influence their emotions.
Yeah.
So, first, of course, you need to take care of your own emotions. And then, once you can manage your own emotions, then you can focus on others. However, having said that, it's not a binary transition. So, it all goes together. With initially more emphasis on your own emotions than others. But as time progresses, as you get better at it, it becomes second nature to you for yourself, and then you can help others more.
Give us the idea of resourcefulness during this time as well, and trying to figure out ways. I think that the lessons, the data that we have learned about ourselves, about our businesses, about our customers too, the way that people operate. We speak to businesses who say that they thought that they were facing financial ruin. All of a sudden, someone had a great idea within the workforce because people want to keep working, and it's changed their business and will change their business as the lockdowns come to an end as well. So just give us an idea of the importance of resourcefulness.
Absolutely. I think resourcefulness, great leaders have resourcefulness, and one of their key allies or key assets in being resourceful is their network. So the people, the staff of the company, the network people they can bounce ideas off, and also that resilience. Resourceful leaders, they have resilience, they never give up, and they try different things. They just don't work on a single idea with faith. If something is not working, they try creative ideas and other possible solutions.
Yeah, very much so. And I'm interested in what you were speaking about with empathy there, because for many bosses, it's really tough, particularly in small and medium businesses where it feels a bit like a family, and you're having to make tough decisions with what feels like your family. Talk to us about the responsibility of empathy when we talk about emotional intelligence.
So empathy is a tricky one because many people, when they empathize, they're not actually empathizing. What they're doing is they're projecting. That's a technical term for it.
Yeah.
When you put yourself in the situation of another person, that's not empathy, that's projection. Because people are different. We all have different upbringings. We all have different values and motives and things like that. What we really need to do in empathy is to experience the world through someone else, see the world through someone else, feel the world through someone else's existence. And that's really hard. What you need to do to improve on that skill is to tune into the other person and really be curious about them, really try to learn how they feel, what the situation is like for them.
So true, because empathy sometimes can be very see-through if you're pretending to care, but quite often people know you well enough because you've been a cutthroat leader for quite some
Yeah.
time. Is it possible for people to change this quickly, or do you think that unfortunately for some people, they're just not going to be able to cut it in that regard?
I think it's a skill, but you also need to have the drive for it. If someone's focus is entirely on themselves and you know, it's not a good word, but if a leader is selfish, it would be difficult for them to sharpen this skill. But if you really have a genuine interest to sharpening your empathy and emotional intelligence, there is great body of knowledge predominantly produced by Daniel Goleman, available online. He's got books, he's got an online course if you're interested. Goleman EI is the website. And there's lots of resources and practices to improve your emotional intelligence and empathy.
Arash Arabi, really appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure being on the show.